So every time you use AI, your data goes somewhere. But where? And what actually happens to it? I spent the last week mapping out exactly what happens when you use ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and other major AI tools. I looked at where your data goes, who can access it, how long it lives, and what control you actually have, and the differences between these platforms. And they are way bigger than what I expected. And by the end of this video, you will see the map I built, understand the real security risks, and know exactly which AI tools make sense for your situation. I hope. So this is not a productivity video, and it's not which AI is smartest comparison. The video is about what happens to your data when you use AI, where it goes, who can see it, how long it lives, and what control you actually have. Because most people choose AI based on features, right? But almost nobody, at least nobody I know, looks at it from a security and privacy angle. So to make this crystal clear, I built a visual breakdown showing exactly where your data goes with each tool, and you will see it through this video. So every AI tool has three layers: the model, the infrastructure, and the policy. Most people only think about the model, but from a security perspective, the other two matter much more. The model is what answers your question. The infrastructure is where your data lives, and the policy determines what happens to it. So how we are going to measure this? And I defined some AI situations, and for each one, I'm going to answer 4 simple questions. What actually happens to your data, or what the real risk is, in plain English, I will try, what you can realistically control, and when this choice makes sense, and when it doesn't. So no hype, no fear, just clarity. At least that's my goal. So here is a map I built to think about AI security. This table looks dense, I agree, but it's actually very simple. Each row is one AI platform. From left to right, I'm showing 4 things. Prompts are the things you type into the AI, your question, your text, or documents. Metadata is the invisible trail, timestamps, IPs, usage patterns, not the content, but the behavior. Training means whether your data is used to improve future AI models. And the last column is the summary. Higher means more long-time exposure. So you don't need to remember the numbers, just remember the pattern, how long the data lives, and whether it becomes training fuel. One more important thing before we move into real situation, this map doesn't just compare tools, it also reflects how you use them. Free and paid tiers, and that's important, behave fundamentally different. Free tiers are optimized for learning. Your prompts and behavior help improve the model. That's why free usage tends to sit higher on the training axis of this map. Paid tier, on the other hand, are optimized for control. Retention windows are shorter. Training exposure is reduced or disabled. So when you move from free to paid, you're not just upgrading features. You are literally moving down and to the left on the map. Now, that's an important mental shift. When you pay, you are not buying convenience only. You are buying also control over your data lifecycle. So let's see how this map plays out in real situation. Because the map gives us the theory, now let's apply it. And here are the most common AI situations and what they really mean for your data. So number 1, talking to ChatGPT and Claude, or Cloud Chat, or Cloud AI, okay, you can call it. So when you talk to tools like ChatGPT or Claude, your prompt leaves your device and is processed on the provider's cloud. Even if the message is retained only briefly, it still passes through systems you don't control. The real issue isn't a single prompt, it's a accumulation of them. So over time, small bits of context can reveal how you think, work, or build. You can reduce exposure by avoiding sensitive inputs, disabling chat history where available, and using paid tiers that limit training. But the moment you treat ChatGPT or Claude like a private notebook, you are assuming a level of privacy that were never designed to provide. The second situation is pasting large documents. And that's where it becomes more serious, especially into tools like Claude, which are optimized for long context. So you are no longer just sharing text, you are sharing structure, which means how decisions connect, how workflows operate, how systems are designed. Even if training is disabled, retention still matter because the documents can be reconstructed and analyzed later. So Claude is excellent at handling this technically, but from security perspective, long documents quietly expose how your organization actually work. Sanitized or public content is fine. Raw internal material gives away far more than most people realize. The third situation is researching public information. Now compare the tools like Gemini or Perplexity, where the AI is most looking outwards. And here you are not feeding it proprietary information. You are asking it to search, to summarize, and connect public sources. Your inputs are minimal. The main thing you leave behind is metadata, meaning what you searched, when, and how often. That's very different from pasting documents or internal context. This is why research-focused tools tend to sit much lower on the risk spectrum and are generally safer for learning, discovery, and analysis. Okay, let's continue. And the fourth situation is keeping data local. And local models like Llama running on your own machine flip the entire picture. Your data never leaves your system, no cloud, no third party, no retention. So from a privacy standpoint, this is the cleanest option available today. The trade-off isn't security, it's responsibility. You manage updates, you manage access control and performance yourself. So if privacy and control matter more than convenience, local AI isn't a feature choice, it's an architectural one. Okay, going to the fifth situation, using AI at work. So in enterprise tools like Microsoft Copilot, the risk doesn't disappear, it changes shape. Training is typically disabled and data stays within the organization boundaries, which reduce the external exposure. But retention still exists for audits, compliance, and logging. And the real question becomes internal. Who inside the organization can see AI interactions and under what policy? If there is no clear AI usage policy, that's not a model problem. It's a governance gap. And last but not least, the sixth situation I defined here is generating images that became super now popular, definitely with Nano Banana of Gemini and now the new images engine in ChatGPT. And image generation feels harmless because the output is visual, right? But the risk lives in the prompt. When you use ChatGPT images or Gemini, for example, to generate visuals, you often describe rooms, product ideas, or business concepts in detail. That descriptive context is text, and it logs like any other input. So the image isn't the exposure. The story you told to create is. So generic prompts are low risk. Detailed, personal, or business-specific descriptions quietly reveal more than people expect. Okay, so once you understand the map, every AI decisions become simpler because you need to ask yourself two questions. How long does this data live? And does it become training fuel? Now, few red flags or when to stop. So red flag one, pasting passwords or API keys, I'm sure it's clear. Red flag two, uploading NDA protected documents. Yes. Red flag 3, sharing medical, financial, or identity data. So if you wouldn't store it on someone else's server for 30 days, don't paste it on the AI, okay, guys? So quick decision tree. General questions, any AI is fine. Documents, paid tier with clear policies. Maximum privacy, local models. At work, follow policy. If none exist, ask for one. When unsure, definitely share less. So with that said, if this helped you think differently about AI and data risk, I'd appreciate your support. Subscribe to the channel for more security first breakdown like this. If the video was useful, like it, share it with someone who should see it, and leave comment. I read them all. I'm also continuing the conversation beyond YouTube, so you will find me in Telegram, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and X, where I share ongoing insights on cybersecurity, AI risk, and real-world technology decisions. All the links are below in the description. So thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed and stay secure. See you in the next video.